Listen, guys, I'm hungry, so it's about time we get this plated up. Jets fans know how to cook. That's true to my heart right there.
Oh! Yeah!
That's the true sizzle reel.
Welcome to episode 2 of Tailgate Center with this guy, Nick Mangold, Ethan Greenberg, Nick Mangold, Olivia Landis. Nick, I have a question for you, and I've been thinking about this one. Jets Broncos, Thursday Night Football. As a player, what do you do all day leading up to a night game? Because Sunday afternoon, 1 o'clock game, you get up, you go to the stadium, it just feels like you're getting up and going. Now you have time on your hands.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a tough time. Night games are tough because you wake up, I mean, you never really get to sleep in because you still have meetings and stuff in the morning. Right. But then once you get done with those, then you have like a 5 or 6 hour block. And you just have all this time to yourself. And so usually for me, it was trying to take a nap because night games are well past my bedtime. And then you also get to the stadium super early because you have just extra time. You're like, all right, well, I feel like I'm late, so I'm going to go. So then you sit at the stadium. It takes forever, and you just can't wait for that first kickoff.
Okay, well, what about from a tailgate perspective, though? At a night game, now you have all day to do what you want to do. I would imagine the tailgate food, if there were a tailgate, or even a home gate, let's say, the home gate food and the spread might be leveled up for primetime matchups.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I mean, when you have the time to do it and do it right, it's going to be magnificent. So I think this week is going to be some great meals set on that table to watch the game.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you to Nick Mangold giving us a little bit of insight on how the primetime game goes. But now let's hear from current Jets player Connor McGovern on how he approaches tailgates.
What would be your perfect tailgate scene and food, if you could describe it to me?
Oh, I remember, so my parents were big tailgaters in college, so I'd go there obviously after the game. And, they had like the camper out, they had a bonfire going, they had the grill out. It was perfect after football games. Everyone would come by. All my buddies on the team, friends, everything would come by the tailgate after football games in college. It was awesome. And my favorite food, anything. Whenever from burgers or ribs or whatever, any kind of barbecue, it makes me happy at a tailgate.
We've been talking about tailgating. Well, now it's time to hear from former Jets linebacker Greg Buttle. Greg, thank you so much for joining us today.
It's awesome. I mean, there's not much else I'm doing today.
Well, we are so happy that you gave us your time. Greg, we're always talking about tailgating on this show, and we want to know, what is one of your most memorable tailgates you've ever attended or been a part of?
Well, let me preface everything with, when you're playing professional football or college football, you're not tailgating, except one time. And that was, I guess it was my second or third year. We were at Shea Stadium, and Klecko and I were roommates, and we decided that, you know what we're going to do? We're going to go around the tailgates. We'll drive around the tailgates this coming Sunday morning when we get to Shea Stadium parking lot, and we'll surprise a few tailgaters, and we'll have a few laughs. They had beers, so we started to have a beer in the morning. I think it was like 9:30 in the morning. So we did the right thing, and we tailgated with the fans, eating and drinking what they were doing.
Since we've been at home and we've been doing more home gating, what is your go-to home gating dish?
Some light beer on the side. I'm going to have the Hebrew Nationals, but I think what I'm really having is the special wings, which are specially hot wings. Ooh. And they have to have big, meaty, dark meat wings, and that's what I have. Those are special home tailgating issues.
Awesome, Greg. We appreciate the time, and enjoy your home gate tonight.
Let's go. Let's go, Jets.
Let's go, boys! It's game time! This is your house! You must protect this house!
Let them know to beat the man. Woo! You gotta beat the man. Woo!
Jets players, we are here.
Show us your grit, show us your strength, show us your power.
Get this W, baby! Woo!
S-J-E-T-S! Yes! Woo! Take flight! Jet up!
Every week we highlight a fan and their New York Jets fandom. Here's who we have this week.
The name of the game is defense. And it will decide today's game between the Baltimore Colts, champions of the National Football League, and the New York Jets, champions of the American Football League, in the third annual Super Bowl game in Miami.
If you want to watch a Super Bowl, guys, here's the place to come.
Hi, everybody. This is Kurt Dowdy here at the Orange Bowl in Miami.
My name is Les Miller. I'm a season ticket holder for the New York Jets for 42 years. My first game was 1963. And over the years, I've accrued a lot of wonderful memories and a lot of wonderful memorabilia. This program is the first Jet game that my dad, rest in peace, took me to. It's delayed a week because President Kennedy was killed a week before. It's something we treasure in this family like no other. I doubt anyone else has this. This was the Super Jet record of every game of that championship season on radio, done by Sam DeLuca and Merle Harmon. Just the highlights of that whole season, including the Super Bowl. And this is just so special for us.
Hey Les, thanks for joining me. So, how did your love of the Jets begin?
My dad took me to my first game in 1963 at the Polo Grounds. It was the first year as the Jets. I think it grew, and I'm sure it grew when they got Joe Namath, because this was the 60s, and no one came to games with a Fu Manchu and a white mink coat and white shoes, and he was a rebel in a good mythical way.
So, what is your favorite moment as a Jet fan?
Well, 50 years ago or so, I'm watching the Super Bowl on TV. There were some wonderful games, some great playoff games. The Chad Pennington 41-0 game over the Colts. These are games that come to me forever. I met Joe Namath. It's just unbelievable moments. Everyone is a good one.
Did you used to do a big tailgate, or were you kind of, getting your seats right away and ready to go, as soon as the doors open?
We would be the first ones in. At 11 o'clock, I would be near the table where you guys would sign. And to me, there was nothing like meeting the alumni of the Jets, people that I've watched over the years, to see these guys and shake their hands. And that's what I like to do before a game.
That's awesome. So, unfortunately, you haven't been able to go to the games this year. And so, obviously, home gating has been big. And can you give me a little taste of what you have going on game days?
Well, we'll bring in a pizza, we'll bring some friends over, some heroes, some desserts, some beers, and we did try the Green Giant Veggie Tots, and it's the real deal. It's very, very good, and anything Green Giant, that's the way I go.
I love it. Well, Les, I really appreciate you taking the time, spending this little amount of time talking about Jets and what they mean to you, and I wish you all the best, and let's go Jets. This season, Pepsi is going live to upgrade your football watching experience. Go to madefornyfootballwatching.com for rules to learn more. Pepsi is the official soft drink of the New York Jets.
Together Like Never Before campaign. That's what we're currently taking a look at, where fans have submitted their photos. And if you want a chance to be featured on the show, go to nyjets.com/fans for an opportunity. Now, Nick, we were talking about primetime a little bit earlier. It's a shortened week when it comes to primetime. From a player's perspective, what are some of the challenges of having to prepare for a game in a shortened amount of period?
It's a really big challenge. First, you have the physical. Your body just getting beat up on Sunday now has less time to get back to where you want it. So you got to put your recovery in hyperdrive. Then the mental, like you got to cram a week's worth of preparation into like 2 days. Yeah. And it's crazy how fast Sunday after a game to Thursday start of a game goes.
Well, not only for the players though, Nick, we've got to talk about the tailgaters. They got a shortened
Can't
week
leave
too.
them out.
Typically, the tailgaters have a week to prepare their spread. You can go on a weekend, on a Saturday. Now they have to go after work, during work, maybe not, before work, if the grocery store's open and they have to get their spread. So how do you think that impacts them?
It's really difficult, especially on a weekday. So a Thursday night game, you're right, you're at work, and so now all of a sudden you have that Saturday before a game, you have time to prepare and everything. You got to shorten it down and you got to do a spread that might not be as elaborate, but still just as tasty.
So then, if you were a fan, you're home gating, when would you plan to go to the store? Because in my mind, there's like two options. If you do Thursday, you're almost kind of shooting yourself in the foot.
Oh, yeah.
Way too late.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
can't do
But you
Thursday.
have all day if you go in the morning, so you could get what you needed in the morning and just slap it on the
But
grill,
you're
whatever.
probably at work on Thursday.
That's fair.
So I think for me, if I were doing it, I would have bought my stuff on Tuesday, prepped everything Wednesday night, and then cooked as soon as I got home from work before the game
Professional tailgater here.
Well, I was also going to say, spoken like a NFL player, Tuesday, day off, getting food, I see.
Not on the Thursday game, though.
Yeah, that's
We're
true.
working on that Tuesday, so.
Ethan, Nick, that's a wrap on episode 2 of Tailgate Center with Nick Mangold. Jets fans, thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. We will see you next home game.